All right, guys and gals and everybody else, make sure you go to the thing tonight. It'll be really fun. And I know that not all you guys know everybody else in this room, but I know most of you guys, some really well, some not as well yet, but like there's some amazing people in this room. And I want to make sure you guys take advantage of each other. And that's why we decided to start doing these nighttime networking things. And so definitely take advantage of it. And don't just hang out with everybody you know. Try to meet new people because there are people in this room that could make you $1 million in the next 12 months. My very first event I ever went to, scared to death, little kid sitting in the back of the room all like shy, taking notes. And there I met 4 or 5 people. And one of them in the last 8 months has sold almost $700,000 worth of ClickFunnels 10 years later. So you never know idea who you can meet in this room that could do a lot of stuff for you in the future. So be nice to them too. Don't yell at people. You have no idea. Anyway, all right. So I'm curious, from what we talked about this morning, how many of you guys have had an aha moment or something you'd be willing to share? Like, wow, this is something I kind of saw about myself or my business that I might have missed before. Noah, do you want to shout it out? You're going to Buckle today? That's awesome. Very cool. Well, thanks, you guys. That's awesome. Thank you, everybody. All right, so now we're going to start transitioning a little bit to the next piece of this. Like I said, everything today and tomorrow is all going to be kind of building off each other. So anything that's kind of vague right now, like that's okay. It's because we're setting something else for later, and later you'll be like, oh, that's how those all fit together. Sweet. It'll be awesome. So it's kind of like Rubik's Cubes. Any of you guys know how to do Rubik's Cube? I don't. But my little brother's like amazing. Like you can give him, I screw up as hard as I can, and within like a minute, it's like boom. And he's thinking like 18 moves in advance. He's like, yeah, you got to do this, and then pops and it's done. Like it doesn't make any sense to me, right? It's kind of like this. Like at first you're kind of like, how in the world? But as soon as it all comes together, you're like, oh, that's how it all goes together. So that's the goal. All right. All right. So here is the funnel catcher model again, right? Oops. So again, this event today is kind of assuming that you already have a funnel in place, and if not, like I said, next week's when we're starting on building out the funnel. So we're assuming that step number 1 is finished for this event's context, right? So now, I'm going to step back, and for the next hour or so, we're going to start focusing on this piece right here. This is the bridge. This is how we're getting somebody from this traffic that we're going to talk about next. So don't worry about that right now, but how we get someone from over here, these cold people, and what's the process we take them through to get them now and introduce them over here to our funnel. Okay, so that's kind of what we're talking about now is the bridge pages right here. And I think I got 5 or 6 different types of bridge pages I'm going to show you guys, and as I'm showing you guys these, I'm going to show you different examples of things, and I kind of want you to think through on your own, like, man, what's going to be the best type for me to create? I want to figure out, like, should I be doing this kind, or what works? Because there's a lot of different ways to do it. One of the big takeaways from the mastermind the first 2 days was a lot of you guys and a lot of us, we're trying to get things perfect, right? We're like, okay, I spent like 6 months on this funnel, everything's perfect, then you start driving traffic, it doesn't work, and you're like, oh man, I spent a lot of time, 6 months on this thing, and now it's like, it just doesn't work, right? And so what I want you guys to get better at doing is just like getting good at like throwing some crap against the wall and seeing what sticks, okay? Like we all gotta be better at that, okay? Because we're so worried about being perfect, we never get anything done. So you just gotta be really good, just like throwing it up, okay, nothing stuck. Oh, that's stuck, cool. Let's do that some more, and you start going that way, okay? So I'm gonna give you guys a whole bunch of things that you can throw at the wall in your business, and they're all simple. Like you can create any of them in like 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe an hour if you're really slow. But there's fast things you can get out there just to test and kind of see. Like Periscope, I can sit there, click a button, 5 minutes later I've created content, and I got something, I got people reacted, I got stuff I learned really, really, really quick. All right? Okay, so the first type of bridge we're going to talk about today are micro commitment bridges, all right? Okay, so micro commitment squeezes, again, when the first time I learned about this is I was sitting at a traffic and conversion event with Dagan Smith, and we're talking about landing pages and stuff like that, things that nerdy marketing guys talk about when we're hanging out having fun, right? And he's like, man, I've been testing the same squeeze page for 6.5 years now. And he's like, I just keep trying to make it better and better and better and better. I was like, really? Like, well, like, what's it look like now? And he's like, you wouldn't believe me. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's pretty ugly, man. I'm like, all right, well, like, can I see it? He's like, okay, I'll show it to you as long as you promise not to show anybody else. So I didn't do a very good job of keeping that promise to him because it's been knocked off a lot, but it still works. And this was the page, basically. So there's a headline with little things that said step 1, step 2, step 3, and then how did you hear about us? And so how many of you guys read the .com Secrets Labs book? Okay, cool. I did a whole bunch. We've done, tons of tests in this page, and there's a whole bunch of like little intricacies I'm not going to talk about today. But if you read that book, it'll show you things we learned. Like, for example, one of the really interesting things that one of the tests we did says, how'd you hear about it? Step 1, and we started putting in things that sounded larger in life. Like, so we had a weight loss product a little while ago, and we had, I think the headline was like, Carrie was the person that was the attractive character in that business. So they discovered Carrie's dirty little weight loss secret. And it said, how did you hear about it? So the Dr. Oz, Oprah, Biggest Loser, or other. Okay? The first thing you're doing, you're creating a pre-frame. Where all these people come like, whoa, she was on Dr. Oz, she was on Biggest Loser. Like, this is awesome, right? I never said that, but they're seeing that and they're like, oh man, she must have been all these different places. And one of the tests we did initially, we just had 4 different options there. And Todd, who the programmer behind ClickFunnels, and he's just a really smart dude, he's just like, what happens if people come and they didn't hear about you from any of those spots? What are they going to do? I'm like, they just pick one and they go. He's like, I bet you people don't do that. And I'm like, whatever. So he just changed it to the last spot was other, like a catch-all, and it increased conversions by like 90, I'm not sure 95%, if this was that test, but whatever it was, yeah, it was that one. Anyway, huge conversion increase by adding just other. And there's always like little tests we did on this page. One of the other ones that was interesting was all about a pre-frame. Right here, step 1, 2, step 3. And the third step said step 3, finish. And so it's like step 1, how'd you hear about it? Step 2, access information. Step 3, finish, right? And we did that test, and step 3, finish, increased conversions. And we were like going crazy. We were so excited, right? But what happened when a lot of people do split tests and they just test one page, it's important to test like what happens throughout the entire funnel. And so what happened about, 2 or 3 hours later, Todd's like, wait a minute, he's crunching the numbers. He said, this is really, really weird. He said, by having, say, finish right here, it increased the conversions on this page, but on the next page, it dropped conversions by like 30-something%. I was like, really? How does that work? And obviously we don't know, but my thought was, if someone comes to step 3 and you're like, okay, step 1, give me your email address, step 3, you're finished. You're like, you do it, you're like, cool, it's almost done, then you're like, okay, I'm done. And all of a sudden someone starts selling you something, you're like, ugh. You're like, I thought it was finished, I thought it was over, right? The frame was closed. And so we changed it from finish to, I think it was get your access or get something like that. And that increased the conversions because they were waiting to get access to the next thing, and they were open still. And they come to the next page, and all of a sudden, like they're ready and more willing to buy. Like stupid little, like one little tiny word change have like 100% increases in response. Again, in the book you can see all those tests and what the actual numbers were, but conceptually that's what it was, right? So this page we tested like crazy. Now we've used different variations of this page in tons of different markets. We did it in the weight loss space. We did it with Neurocell. We had one that said like weird Chinese ingredient helps reduce nerve pain. How'd you hear about us? Again, Dr. Oz, whatever, right? Same kind of concept, so it works. And inside ClickFunnels, there's an element. How many of you guys have used the survey element to make these? A couple of you guys. So you can do them really easy. We built this site ClickFunnels. It's just a basic survey. It doesn't store any data. It doesn't direct to different places. Like the point of this is just to have a micro commitment squeeze page. Okay, so it's really easy. You create one. This is one we did for a guy in the piano market. Is he here? Cool. Do you still use this one?
Yeah.
Is it still working?
Yeah, about 26%.
20%? That's awesome. So we did a, I don't even know what it was. He had a page that wasn't working, so I jumped on and we did a thing. I kind of rebuilt it with that kind of a concept, and it's still working for him, which is awesome. So with this one, though, his isn't like, how do we hear from us? It's like, how long, the question is, how long have you been playing piano for? Right? So you can ask, where'd you hear about us? How long have you been playing piano for? There's different ways you can kind of structure it, right? All right, so that's one type of micro commitment quiz. This is another kind that's kind of cool, and I see this a lot in the weight loss industry, but not many other ones, where the page, you come right here, and it's got a headline. It says, okay, are you a man or are you a woman? Do you think you should speak different to men than you do to women? Yeah, I had a friend, he lives here in Boise. He has a skin cream that is for women. I don't even know how to say it without blushing. It's like, it's not like a normal skin cream. It's like a special skin cream. All right, I'll leave it there. Okay? And he was driving all this traffic to it, and they were about break even, maybe a little bit above break even, so they were doing well, but not like awesome. And he was kind of like, why is this not converting better? And one day he's sitting in his office, like kind of in the front lobby, like trying to think about things, and he's listening to his secretary take phone calls over and over and over again. And almost every single call the secretary is taking was from a man trying to understand like how this worked for his spouse. And he's like, that's so weird. Like, I wonder if, anyway, he's like wondering like how many men are coming versus women. And he asked the staff, and they said almost everyone that calls is a man who can't figure out like how or why or what this does. And so he came back and he made a page just like this one, but instead of saying weight loss, men and women here, it said this is this product that helps with whatever. It says, are you a man? Click here, woman, click here. And then a different sales message based on if they were a man or a woman. The woman understood the issue and just said this is what it was, and the man had the video explain the issue. And they went from a break-even funnel to tripling over on the front end, just by adding that little piece in the middle to split off who they're talking to. So that's a very simple micro-commitment that a lot of you guys can do in a lot of your pages. Are you a man or are you a woman? Are you a business owner or beginner? Are you in a startup or are you this? Are you like just pushing people to different tiers and then speaking to them at a different level. So it's super easy to do and just really quickly splits your messages, especially if you know that there's only like 2 core markets that you're going after. It's a really fast, easy way just to split people. Okay? All right, so there's that one. Again, you see this a lot in the weight loss space. All right, this is one. I went to your mastermind group, and I showed up, and all the dudes in the mastermind group were in the dating market, so I apologize in advance for this. Afterwards, they sent me this, and it's really good, but it's totally like weird. So this is the headline. So before we can show you this video, which contains shocking secrets that when used make women want to have sex with you right now, we need to ask you a couple of questions. Okay, so this is where they're driving traffic from Plenty of Fish and dating sites and porn sites and everything. This is like the landing page, right? And this is the question. These secrets work on women who are single, not single, married women. They could be women you know, or random women, women you don't even, women will never know using these secrets. Do you agree to use these secrets ethically? and then you click yes, and it goes to their video sales letter. And they were showing I was last time like, should I put this in here? It's really embarrassing. But they were showing conversions. It was like 4x increase in conversions by adding this page right before the video sales letter. Is that ridiculous? I can't remember what happens. Yeah. I do not promise using it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer. Again, this is not a market I'm in. I just know those guys are all in it, and they were like, they always send me stuff I shouldn't be. They made it. So there you go. That's where you get stuff like this from. Okay, but you guys seen how you can like segment like your audience? It's really simple. Like boom, boom, man, woman. Where'd you hear about us? How long you been playing for? Will you use this ethically? Like just really cool ways just to segment your market really quick, so you can speak to each of them differently, right? I think I have another one I'm going to show you guys here. Okay, this one's cool. So this is one that John found. So this is a celebrity survey that's just a basic one that's super, like it's completely useless, except for makes these guys millions of dollars. So other than that, it's completely useless, right? All right, so here's the survey. Come start. It says, take this quick celebrity fashion survey and we'll give you an exclusive offer worth up to $300. Ooh, okay. And this they can promote all over Facebook. Okay, who would wear this best, Kim Kardashian or Rihanna? Okay, how many guys go with Kim Kardashian? How many guys go with Rihanna? Or this is a vote. Okay, one more time. Because I need to pick and I don't want to screw this up. So how many of you guys think this watch would look better on Kim Kardashian? Who thinks Rihanna? All right, we're split. We're going with Kim Kardashian. So click on that. All right, second step of the thing. Who looks better, Steve Curry or LeBron James in this watch? Steve Curry? LeBron James? All right, LeBron wins this one hands down. He looks better. All right, how about this one? Chris Pratt or Chad and Tanning? Who looks better with this watch on? Yeah, Chadham's getting it because, yeah, he played my coach. All right. Is this survey awesome? Millions of dollars you guys are making off this thing, okay? All right, who would wear it best? Okay, now, if given a $100 shopping spree, where would you prefer to shop? Macy's, JCPenney, or Nordstrom? So Macy's? Steven's the only one in. All right, JCPenney, Nordstrom's. All right, I'm going for Nordstrom's. So I click on that now. Survey's complete, submitting answer. Oh, checking gift inventory. Oh, what am I going to win? Oh, check it out. I can win a teeth whitening kit. I can get hair supplement. I can get vaporizers. I can get anti-aging cream. I can get fat belly blaster. Okay? Now guess what happens when so if I go to any of these, guess what I see on the next page? A CPA offer. Now I'm into their funnel for my free teeth whitening kit. Boom. They got me. Or if I'm like, I don't really want a teeth whitening kit. I want this magic lotion. So these guys are going after cold traffic, right? Super cold traffic. And so they're going to like, what is going to get the most amount of people to click on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram and all these places where people are super, super cold, right? So they have this stupid quiz about Rihanna versus Kim Kardashian, right? And they're bringing all these people in who are going through this process. And then and their end goal is to figure out like, we've got 4 different four different offers we make money on. And we know these are all mass appeal offers, so they all come through this funnel, and I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to the quiz. The Nordstrom question is a higher end, so maybe they have a different offer if you're Nordstrom versus JCPenney. I don't think they do, but you could. Then you come here, and now here's the different offers. Okay? Now, this might not be, if you're not in a mass market, this one wouldn't work for you, but think about, let's just say you're in the business market, right? And you're like, who would make a better president, Donald Trump or whoever, right? And all of a sudden you got business people, Donald Trump or who's the dude that ran last time? Mitt Romney. Yeah, sorry, I should know that. Donald Trump or Mitt Romney, right? Who'd be the better president? Boom, and then you're like, who wrote a better business book? Donald Trump or whatever. Or there's so many different ways you could do that inside of your market, right? Let's say you're selling a business book. Like, well, what's your favorite business book? And get Rich Dad, Poor Dad versus whatever, right? 2 books that everyone's heard of, right? And all of a sudden, all the book readers now are coming into your funnel, boom, 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 and now you can sell them your book, right? Or sell them your coaching, or sell them whatever that might be. So I'm thinking about this, like, from my standpoint, is like, who are my dream customers I'm going after, right? How do I create something that they're going to raise their hand to and come in, and that they're going to participate in, and then on the backside, we can get them to later ascend into what we're doing, right? Yeah. So this question, would this work, instead of just a product, work for a giveaway? So definitely, yeah. These guys are affiliate marketers. So these are just CPA offers they're making. For every free plus shipping, they'll make $60 on. So that's what they're banking on, is that. But if it's your own business, you're not selling someone else's, yeah, it could be a book offer, it could be an opt-in, it could be your podcast. I mean, there's so many things that, whatever makes the most sense to get somebody in to the next step, to get them to warm up into what you're doing. Yeah. Celebrity.dynamite.deals. I'll post all the links to these in the members area tonight, so you guys can just go check them all out later. And you guys, I guarantee some of you guys are going to be buying this stuff. You're going to be like, oh, cool. These ones, for these guys, yeah, these are all free plus shipping offers here. All right, so there's just some basic ideas for you guys for micro commitment quizzes. Okay, so I want you guys to spend. So I showed you guys one. This one is how did you hear about us? This one is how long have you been playing for? This one is are you man or woman? This one is are you ethical or not? The other one was whose magic watch you're going to wear. So I want you guys to take 2 minutes right now, and I want you to think of, for your micro survey, what could you do? What would it be? Would it be, what book? Could it be whatever? I want you guys to take 2 minutes on your side to kind of think of what you could do for your business. Okay, while you guys are kind of finishing up, he asked a really good question I want to bring out. So question was, when someone fills this out, where do you take them next? So the answer to that kind of depends, again, on where you're bringing them from, right? So sometimes I go directly from a micro quiz like that directly to a VSL, right? If I know that this market, like, that they're going to understand the VSL on the next page, like if it's a very cold VSL, something that traffic would understand, I'll go straight to a VSL. If it doesn't, I might have to put a bridge page in between. So I go from the survey page, next page I have a page right here that's going to bridge that gap, saying, hey, thanks so much for coming in. Because you want to learn about whatever, you wanted to, you picked the Donald Trump book as the best book in the world, but did you know that there's another really good book out there called .com Secrets? It's amazing. In fact, I'm going to give you a free copy of .com Secrets down below, right? Something like that where I'm bridging the gap between Donald Trump and Russell Brunson. I have a video there kind of bridging that. But if I think someone buys Donald Trump's book, the next page that this makes sense, then I wouldn't have that page in there. So it kind of just depends. Logically, I was thinking, like, what would that experience be like for someone, right? So like when I'm going to Buckle, like, what's the experience going to be like? Like, it's going to be a good experience where they're not like confused when they show up right here. If they're going to be confused, I build a bridge page. If not, I just go directly to the sales page on the next thing. So it's different on every offer. Any other questions about micro commitment squeeze pages at all? Mostly, I'll show you a couple examples here, but mostly you're saying, hey, take it. This is weird because like, how many of you guys have ever taken a quiz before online? Wow, I've never taken one. I never would take one in a million years. But some people like love quizzes. How many of you guys love quizzes? I know you guys do because I see them on my Facebook page like, oh, I took the quiz and I found out that I'm Ariel from Little Mermaid. I'm like, and they're sharing like, you should take this quiz too. Like, people like taking it. It doesn't make sense to me, but people love taking quizzes. And so I'll show you a couple examples of some of the ads where it shows that, but yeah. And so a lot of times, and if it's not so much a quiz, sometimes it's just like, I'm pushing the ad off the headline, like, what's it say? Free video, send emails, make money. How to add 1,000 people a day to your email list and make money every time you send an email. So that's my pitch on an ad a lot of times, and they come here, they reread the headline like, oh, cool, I want to learn that, and then it's like, how'd you hear about us? Oh, from email, and then boom, now they're micro committed in. So sometimes you're promoting a quiz, sometimes you're just promoting whatever the headline kind of is about the quiz. On some of the next ones I'll show you, because when we go to like full style quizzes, I probably would. But something like this, it's usually less of that. It's more like this is the hook that got you here, and then the quiz, this micro commit quiz is just kind of moving them into the process a little bit. Yeah, so what I do is I've got so if I come back, his question was, how's this like kind of the logistics behind it, right? So if I've built this funnel here in ClickFunnels, right, and this is where I'm driving a lot of traffic, I'm going to build, these are all separate funnels for me inside, like logistics inside ClickFunnels. Like I have a tag that says live funnels, which have all my live funnels. I have a tag that says bridge pages and has all my bridge pages in there. So it's like a different, I look at it as a different funnel, and that's kind of how I do it. That's how I organize it. Yep, they finished this bridge and then it's pushed over to into the next funnel, and that's how I'm going to do it. Questions? Yeah, back here. It depends on the network. So we're going to talk about a lot of networks we're opening this up to. Some networks don't like it, some do like it, which is why most of what we're going to do in the networks is this level right here, is prior to the bridge pages. No, that's right here. So we're working backwards. So we'll get to where we're driving traffic to next. Right now, this is the bridge page. So where we're going to be going by the time that today's over is we drive traffic to content to a bridge page to a funnel. Yep, we're just on step number 2 right here is the bridge page. So, and sometimes when I do emails, I send emails directly to the Ignorant Style Squeeze page almost every time. So like email coming from here directly to the Squeeze page. But Facebook might not let me go here. So Facebook, I'm doing something else, and then from Facebook is pushing, you know what I mean? So you'll see that as we kind of build upon it. It depends on my business model. So the guys I showed you before that had all the offers, they are affiliate marketers who sell CPA offers. And so they're finding the best converting ones, and they're probably rotating and testing them on that page. That's not my business model. My business model is I want people to buy a free book or register for a webinar or a high ticket thing. And so for me, I'd be pushing people to that at the end of it. So it just kind of depends on what your business model is, where you're kind of taking people through. Okay. All right, so there's micro commitment quizzes, and they're fun and they're easy and they work really good. So now I want to step to the next level of this, which is going a step beyond like these micro commitment quizzes and going to like full out surveys and quizzes. And this is, man, I totally geeked out on this about a month or 2 months ago. I was on a family vacation. I was out of like cell phone range for a week, and I bought a bunch of books on this. And anyway, I just like for a week just started thinking about quizzes and stuff. And like I have a lot of belief and faith in that this is like the direction to go. Ryan Levesque wrote a good book about it. He talks a lot about it. I've seen a lot of other stuff, and I think that you're gonna start seeing from me a lot more of these kind of things happening because they work well. So this is kind of the overall concept from a full quiz. Oh, sorry about that. So somebody comes here to a page. They see your smiling face. You ask them to take a quiz, right? So they go through and they answer this question, this question, this question. They answer a bunch of different questions, right? And then based on them answering all these questions, you know something about them now, right? I know if they're a man or a woman. I know if they're rich or poor. I know that whatever your business is, right? I know some things about them. So based on what they respond, we serve up different sales pages afterwards based on what's happening. So if somebody comes, it's just like if you sell one-on-one, like the reason why Randy is so good on the phone, well, there's a lot of reasons why. One of the reasons is because he's on the phone, he's like, what's your concern? You tell him what it is, and I just respond, here's the answer, right? It's hard online to get that same thing. I'm on a webinar with 3,000 people. I can't like resolve every single person's concern, right? So I have to do my best job of like trying to like answer all the major questions and resolve them all in this one presentation to try to make everybody happy so everybody buys, right? Which is kind of it's kind of hard. Same thing with video sales letter. I gotta have video sales letter that answers every single question and tries to group as many people in at once. It's hard. And so what this does is the survey gives you a chance to kind of self-group people based on who they are, and then your video only talks to them, to exactly what their issue is. And so when you do this, like the increase in conversions is insane. This is the one I was telling you that Glenn from My Movies, that's in our Inner Circle group, when he did this, he had the same webinar. All he did, I'll show you 2 of his, just good examples. He threw a survey inside and like 2.5 times increased the webinar sales, like just by having the survey, because they were able to speak to people differently on the landing page, get more people to show up, and all sorts of stuff. So I'll show you guys a couple really cool examples of these kind of pages. Okay, so first one, this is one of My Movies. This is what I was from an ad standpoint. This is their ad promoting the quiz. So it says, take this 30-second quiz that reveals your #1 success blocker. How many of you guys want to know what your #1 success blocker is? A lot of people do. I don't want to know about that, but I might want to know like my number one thing is keeping me from getting traffic or keeping me from closing clients or keeping me from losing weight or whatever it is, right? So take a 30-second quiz to help you figure out your number one success blocker, okay? We all have one of three very sneaky successes. So you click on this ad, and when you click on it, it takes you over to their quiz, right? So this is kind of cool. So to start the quiz now, when someone compliments me, I smile and appreciate it. Say thank you, I love compliments. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable and don't know what to say. That's totally me. All right, when it comes to meeting new people, I love it. I make instant friends with everyone. I like talking to new people. I find it difficult to talk to people I don't know. That's totally me. Okay, when it comes to setting goals, the bigger and crazier, the better. I love to stretch myself. Can you guys see this very well? Wait, it's a little bigger. There you go. When it comes to setting goals, the bigger and the crazier, the better. I love to stretch myself. I set reasonable goals and achieve them. I never set a goal unless I know 100% certainty that I'll achieve it. Okay, I definitely want the bigger, the crazier goal. I feel confident asking what I want. True, I'm like a lion, hear me roar. I guess it's going to women, because if I saw that, I'd be like, anyway, I don't know. Maybe you're wrong. Okay, I'm a lion, hear me roar. Most of the time, I regularly speak up and get what I want. I usually get it. Not sure, I have a hard time using my voice to ask what I want. I'll go in the middle there. I don't want to roar like a lion. I care what other people think about me. Not true, I don't care what people think at all. Sometimes, but all the time, very true. So I'm kind of in the middle there. I expect myself to be perfect. Yes. When I make decisions, they're snap, no problem. Decisions, male or female, I'm a man. Okay, now it says, okay, cool, if you want the survey results, give me your email address. Now most people, when they've come this far, they give you their email address. Like your conversions will like 3, 4, 5x because they've gone this far and they're like, I have to get to the end. I can't have dedicated like 2 minutes and not got it, right? So I put in my info. I click here to continue. Now, some way, based on my questions, they figured out what my issues are.
Your life is a superhero movie and you were the hero. Could your own brain be the villain that's trying to bring you down? Hi, this is Natalie Lebel from My Movies. And the questions you just answered have allowed us to pinpoint the... Now, I know this sounds strange, but if your life was a superhero movie and you were the hero, could your own brain be the villain that's trying to bring you down? Hi, this is Natalie Lebel from My Movies.
Okay, so then she's got this video, that's one of these videos. Based on my questions, she's going to speak to me directly. She knows now I'm a procrastinator, I'm scared of whatever. There's one of her questions in here was seated that she cares about. If you look at like how Ryan Levesque does it, and there's different survey software out there, they pick one question that actually matters. A bunch of dumb questions, and there's one that's like actually that matters, right? So one of the questions I answered helped her to know what my biggest issue was. And then her video is talking to that issue. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me. This is amazing, right? That's how it kind of works. And then down here, you register for the webinar, which is an auto webinar. So I register, pick my time, boom. All right, pick a time for the broadcast. Pick a time, reserve my spot, and boom.
Hi, it's...
I'm in there, and then check this out. She's selling me something on the thank you page, try to get it break even as fast as she can, which is awesome. And there's the funnel. Okay? She has saw it from ad to the landing page to webinar registration. So we went. If we walk through this, right? We went Facebook ad, over to quiz, over to opt-in, over to webinar registrant, over to buyer. They sold me the $19 thing. Yep. So this is a funnel catcher, right? So she went from a Facebook ad, clicked on the Facebook ad, took me to a quiz, went through the quiz. At the end of the quiz, she asked me for my name, my email address. I gave the name and email address. After that, asked me to register for an automated webinar. Okay, and then from there, asked me to buy something. All in point of sale, right? So you look at the 7 steps of a funnel. It took me through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And I'm gonna jump on the webinar. She's taking me outside of my comfort zone, away from my desk. She's aging and ascending the relationship, and the webinar then will be step number 7 over here, where she sells me a $1,000 product. Okay? You see how the whole funnel catcher process was just illustrated right there in one thing. Okay? Yeah.
Do you like Ryan Levesque's software?
It was kind of confusing for me to figure out, to be honest. It's good if you, yeah. I think most people that are smarter than me could probably figure it out really well. We actually, the .com secret side of the business. So a lot of people are like, is ClickFunnels ever gonna have survey software? My answer is probably not, because ClickFunnels, I was telling Vince at lunch, like we're trying to make things like Apple, like everything's very simple and streamlined and easy. And to make survey software is not like a simple process, right? And we can't do it inside of the editor really easily. But we are building one in the .com secret side of the business that will integrate into ClickFunnels. And so all you guys who are in Ignite Inner Circle will have free access to that. And so it'll be done probably in a week or two, hopefully maybe a month, worst case. And it's similar to Ryan's, but it's just simple. Like it was like, how does my brain work? We made it more simple. And basically, you create it over here, and then you can plug it into a ClickFunnels page, and you can do quizzes like this really, really easily. You basically set up the questions, you pick your bucket question, you have the different landing pages, and it's pretty simple to do. So when that's done, I'll do a training with you guys and have them come on. You guys can just have it from that point forward and see if you guys like it. But yeah, no one's in on that. Woo! Is it okay if I over-deliver? Just kidding. All right. Where's Jamie at? The funniest thing at lunch today. Wait, where's he at? Oh, right here. He was like, yeah, like, so he got started 7 months ago on the program. He's like, yeah, I just passed $1 million in sales. I'm like, dang, that's awesome in 7 months, right? He's like, yeah, when I got started, I didn't really know what I was buying. I still don't really know what I bought. Anyway, but it's working, so that's exciting. But anyway, we'll just keep trying to do what we can do. So there's their model, right? All right. Okay, so that's a Facebook ad. Here's another good example of one. This is also a My Movie one. This is in their make money genre. So they've got same kind of thing, but this one instead of what's your number one limiting belief about success, right? This is what's your number one limiting belief about money. So you come here and they've got
Rose, and when you click on the button
Dharma.
below and take my free 30-second quiz.
Wait.
Hi, I'm Dharma Rose, and when you click on the button below and take my free 30-second quiz, I'll reveal the #1 income-crushing lie that you've been telling yourself without even realizing it that's been blocking you from making the money you want. You see, after spending the last 8 years teaching thousands of people from
Okay, so I just want to see. So that's kind of concept. She has a video selling a 30-second quiz. Come to here, click on Start a Quiz Now, and you go through. How would you best describe relationship with money? I'm abundant. It flows easily. Anyway, I'll go through these really quick. Answer the questions. Boom. So they went through the same process, right? She probably had an ad ahead of time, took me the quiz. Now she asked me to opt in here. So I opt in. Now it takes me to the video sales letter.
Hi, it's Dharma.
And here she's doing an invisible funnel, I believe. Yeah, it's a visible funnel where it's $0 up front and you get billed afterwards. I think that's how she got it set up. So that's their funnel. Okay, so that's another good example of a survey funnel. Instead of going to a live webinar, it's going to a paid webinar, right? All right, so there's one there. So you saw number one, do a quiz to find out your success blocker. You got your income blocker. So there's 2 examples. Here is another cool one. This is one of Ryan Levesque's clients. These guys are competitors with Jeff. So this is fuzzyyellowballs.com. And they drive all their cold traffic through this funnel right now, and they're killing it with it.
With my good friend and fellow
Do you know like what their revenues are at all, or have any idea? No? Okay, so they come right here.
coach Will Hamilton. And I have a question for you. Is it possible to add 10 to 15 miles per hour to your serve and consistently hit it where you want to? With some real nasty spin, simply by eliminating your #1 serve killer?
You see, most people think that the secret to having a dominant serve is having a fast serve. And don't get me wrong, while velocity is
Okay, so there's the quiz, or there's the video selling the quiz. Then you come here, you male or female, how old are you, blah, blah, blah. You go through this whole thing. Okay, then you enter the email. And boom, now I come to the video sales letter.
Hey, Pat Rafter.
That's speaking exactly to my issues. Now what's cool, I did this, I opted in probably, 20 different times trying to find all the different funnels. And I was able to find a whole bunch of different videos, which was kind of cool. I don't know anything about tennis, so like they didn't really make sense to me, like what they were trying, but every one of these was different. Plus, the other thing that was interesting is based on which one I opt into, I was put on a different email list. So the emails I got each day were different based on what I told them earlier, which is kind of cool. So if my issue was, I'm crossing my feet when I serve. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but let's say that's my issue. All my emails are like, hey moron, don't cross your feet when you serve. And I keep talking to that, right? And then the video sales there's talking about that, and it's, it's one of the things, but the product's the same on all of them. Like every single one, they're selling me the exact same $47 product. There's just a different video selling it based on what my specific issue is, okay? And this is a great one to funnel hack. I said this is one of Ryan's clients, and they're doing huge numbers with it. This is another one here. This is also one of Ryan's clients. This is revolutiongolf.com. Exact same model. You come here. Video's not going to load on me now. Anyway, quick video talking about the quiz, telling them why they didn't take the quiz.
Is it possible to cut your average score by 3 to 5 strokes simply by eliminating your number one death move?
The number one death move, what is it? Let me take a survey to see if I have the death move. So you click on it. Oh, are you a man or woman? You guys getting this? Did I just trial close anybody? I'm just kidding, I'm not selling anything. All right, so I go through there, show me the video, exact same process. Now segments me, different lists, different sales video, everything changes based on who I am, what my issue is, and they can speak to me directly where I'm at. Oh, generating your customized death move fix video. Blah, blah, blah. Hold on, let's go film it real quick. Okay, now your video is ready for you.
Hi, this is Dean, and as one of the founders of Revolution.
Okay, and then they pitch me something at the end, right? All right, so there's that one. This one's really cool too. It's similar to a quiz, but it's a calculator. I've seen people do this really successfully in the weight loss industry, mortgage industry, a whole bunch of other ones. I saw Ryan Dice did one. He did a Kindle calculator, how much money you make off your Kindle book. I've seen a lot of people. So I couldn't find most of those last night, but I was looking for different calculators. I found this one really quick where you're just coming through and entering a bunch of numbers, like how much is your organization's gross revenue? And this might not be the best example. I have no idea if this is working or not, but it's the one I found. But a calculator, like in your business, you have a calculator. You can have people type in some numbers and then generate a report, a video at the end of it, right? I think Ryan Dice was like the metabolic rate. Like, what's your standing metabolic rate? And like you come to the landing page, it's like, how old are you? You tell them. And then the next thing, you ask 3 or 4 questions like that. It's like, oh, congratulations, we now know your standing metabolic rate. Give us your email address so we can tell you what it is. And you opt in. Next page is like video, explaining it. So the ROI calculator is one. Okay, this one's one of my favorites. So this company does. I'm friends with one of their affiliates who does just him as an affiliate. He's one of thousands of their affiliates. Him as an affiliate does, I think last he told me like $5 or $6 million a year just driving traffic to this page himself. So then the company gets doubled out, right? Because he's made out 50%, and then there's like 1,000 affiliates like him. So this is probably a $100 million business right here. And I want you to see their process because it's really, really interesting. So you come to this page right here, off an ad. You guys have probably seen these ads before, like, hey, find out if your best friend's ever been convicted of something bad, right? Or you'd be shocked to see what the site knows about you. Have you guys ever seen those ads before? You're like, oh, what is it? Okay. So then you come here and it's like, this site contains real police records, court records. And so like, here's a pre-frame, right? Where I'm like, oh my gosh, this is real. Okay, pre-frame they're taking me through. Okay. I understand this is going to be good. Then I come here and it's like, okay, background check. So we're going to run a background check on someone here. Who wants to be my, how about we put in Brent? Who wants to see what Brent is? Liz. Okay, so Brent Co-Peters in Idaho. I'm going to search the database. Oh, is he male or female? Brent's a male. All right, now check this out. It goes back, and it's going to find out some stuff. Blah, 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 blah. It's like searching the whole interwebs for him, and it's coming back through. And number one is we're checking all the county data sources, and it's doing this whole generation thing. Wait, has Brent Co-Peters ever lived in Meridian? Why, yes, he has. Boom, thank you for your input. This will help ensure the accuracy of our results. Keeps going through, right? Blah, 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 100%. All right, okay, next, now we're going to check the state data sources. The little green line's going across. Now, while you're watching this, just so you guys know, I asked the guys who built this offer, and they get all this information instantly in real time. Like the second they click it, they have it all. And they delayed this process like this, and their conversions went up like 4,000 or 5,000%. So there's something in that whole like generating your free report now that works. Okay. As far as you know, is Brent related to Amber? That's his wife. Oh, Brent, I got some confidential information about you. Okay. Okay, we check the state sources. Hold on, we're checking the federal data source. This is gonna be good. I wonder if Brent's got anything federally. This is gonna be huge. I wonder if your wife knows about this, Brent. She's gonna be pissed. No. Okay, so it's pulling in all this stuff. Do you have like gathering results, gathering phone and felonies, gathering, okay, is Brent over 30? Brent, how old are you? You over 30? Okay, they must know who he is. This is good. All right, we're checking for social media profiles. All right, let's find out. This is where all the dirt's at on social media, huh? It's funny. Like it's like flickering all the social media icons. I love this so much. This is probably just an animated GIF. Like, this is going forever, right? Okay, we checked social media profiles. Boom. Okay. You think they'd be done at this point, right? But no. Now we got like, hey, choose the result below. Is it this one or this one? Okay. It's definitely Amber. Verified result. Okay, cool. I'm in. Access this report. Okay, we're preparing the report for you. It's all blurred out. Like, okay, cool. You guys, personal information. It's gonna be awesome. Okay. What do you guys want to do about your high school buddies or something, or your old girlfriend? Like, I want to see what it is. Oh, we got arrest records. This is gonna be awesome. I wonder if he's ever been arrested. Oh man, this is cool. It's 100% anonymous. Sweet. Brent's never gonna know I did a search on him. That's good to know. Tells me that right there. Anyway, okay, location data. We got that too. Anyways, as I'm doing this, think about for your business, there's something like this you could do. And again, this is obviously, they're selling credit stuff, and I don't even know what they sell, but, and this is kind of like over the top, but what could you do similar for your business that would get people in and engaged and get them trying to figure out stuff, right? Anyway. I know, we got to see what it is. You can't not leave. Like, I'm in front of all you guys, and I should probably be moving, but I can't because I need to know what the next step is. Yeah, Brent, anything you want to confess before? You get a lot less trouble if you confess before we know. Ooh, the sex offenders, we got licenses, contact. Okay, boom. Step number 2. Now it's checking out social media. So now it's checking the social media again to make sure we have everything. First time I asked them, like, this takes forever. Like, does this hurt conversions? They're like, no. Like, this is what. This is like. Oh my gosh, I gotta find out. Tomorrow when I see Brent, it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna know something about him that he won't know. All right. Okay, we got Tumblr information, Pinterest, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, Picasa, Classmates. All right, we got that. Okay. Possible relatives. Okay, I know her. Let's add her. Details. No, I don't think so. Okay. Let's check the account. I agree. I'm not going to use this information to hurt him. We are committed to your safety and security and continue Norton secure session. Oh man. All right. How much longer is this one going to go? So this is kind of the over-the-top quiz survey. How about this? Let's do this. While this is generating, I want you guys to, we'll spend 3 minutes right now, and I want you to think of a survey that you could create that would be, that for your market would make sense, okay? So we'll spend 3 minutes and just write down like what would be the survey you're gonna create for your market. Is it, number one, find out your top success killer, your top weight loss killer, your thing that's keeping you from whatever. So after all of that, like 15 minutes of generating reports, it now says save your results and give me your email address. Now after sending for 15 minutes, so you guys want to save your results, which is the opt-in. And then where's it going to take me? Boom, now I got to agree some more.
Hi, I'm Brenda Lewis.
Brenda Lewis is going to yell at me. I agree that I'm not going to make fun of Brent when I get all his information, his photos. And now I can give them money. Boom. So that's the process. Is that cool, you guys? What's that? For $22 and $86 a month, we can know everything about Brent. Who wants in? If we all put in $1, it'll be amazing. All right, so that's kind of how that works. I had one other survey I forgot about. I'm going to show you guys real quick. This is a weight loss one. How acidic is your body? Which is kind of cool. And so it comes right here. What foods do you eat frequently? I eat fast foods. Do you suffer from these? Yes, I have weird skin and I'm going bald. And then I feel tired most of the time. I think I have heart disease. My urine is yellow. I have frequent nausea. And then takes me to, he's generating the report. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, and I put my email address in, and then get a report, and then takes me to the VSL. So, how many of you guys does this get you really excited, the whole quiz concept? Yeah. Isn't that cool? It's hard for me to sleep at night, you guys. It's like all I do is I find something like, oh, this is amazing. And then I'm like, oh, and then I find the next one, John tomorrow is going to talk to you a little about what he does to find ads. And it's like, it's really fun when you find like the networks where a lot of the people are driving ads from. You can like funnel hack them, and you start seeing ad after ad and site after, and like it just opens up this world where you're just like, you see all these crazy things people are doing. So I'm just giving you like a sample, like here's things people are doing, so you can see the power behind it, and you can hopefully now translate that to how does this relate back to my business, right? And that's kind of obviously my goal with this. All right, any questions on the bigger quizzes at all? Question, how many questions? It's funny because I would have always thought that not very many, but like Richard Cousins, he does all the stuff, all quiz funnels, and his quizzes are like forever long. He said the people that are really passionate, for him it's dogs, right? Passionate about their dogs, like the longer it is, like the more they're engaged and they stay there. And his questions, like I was trying to like just go through the process, and I was just like, this is long, and his people love it and they go crazy for it. So and you saw the one with instant checkmate, like it was like a 20-minute process. So I don't think there's a length that really, that it can be too long. For me, I'm a big fan of like the alkalinity quiz where there's also images and stuff like that because it keeps me engaged more throughout. In fact, the software that we're building we model the alkalinity quiz, like we can throw images and those kind of things, so it makes it really cool to be able to do. But I think more is just like how long can you keep their engagement, and if everyone's dropping off after 3 things, you know that it was too long, or if after 10 things. So we'll have some tracking stuff in ours where you can see like how far they're making it, so you can say, man, this is probably too long, I need to trim some off. This question is, if someone's going through all that process, are they more likely to buy in the end? The answer is yes. Like I said, with my movies, like more than double, like it was like 2.5 times increase in conversion on their webinar just by plugging that pre-frame in right before it, which is just crazy because the webinar did not change at all. Just the frame that someone came through was different, that's it. All right, Bonnie? So if you look at like the way my funnels work is, mine's pretty basic, right? People come either on our free book, or we got a webinar, or we got our high ticket. And so for me, when someone buys the book, 14 days after they buy the book, in Actionetics now, and that's all in Actionetics, which is exciting. 14 days after they bought the book, then they get a sequence for our webinar, where they are sold the $997 thing on the webinar. And then for me, 7 days after they've completed the webinar, then we put them into a sequence that pushes the high ticket funnel. That's how I kind of do mine. And then people that come just directly here, then we just go from here, and people that come here, then I go back down kind of. So it's kind of complicated. The nice thing when you guys start playing more, how many of you guys have played with Actionetics so far? A couple. Like you'll love Actionetics because it makes this really, really easy. Like where someone comes through, they go through a process at the end of whatever days, and it says now move them to this list. And then, so for me, I've got like my front end list, my each of these lists, and then it just moves them from list to list as they go through, and it's pretty cool. So we'll do. We may spend a lot of time in the January meeting more on that kind of stuff, just depending. I know that's been like a big thing I'm focusing on now that I actually have a tool that can do it. We might spend a lot of time then talking about the sequencing and listing. Would you guys would that be interesting for you guys? Go into that kind of stuff? That'd be fun. Yep. Yeah, so typically the micro ones don't. They don't do anything other than just get people to make a commitment. When you move over to like the bigger quizzes, the goal of the bigger quizzes is to identify someone and show them a different sales message based on it. That's kind of the difference between like micro quiz and then an actual quiz. Yeah, so your question, I believe, is when they go through this, you're setting a different sales page, but we're also adding a different autoresponder, right? So the answer is yes, yeah. So like in our software, the one that you guys will have soon is basically comes in here, you pick like, if they choose this answer, what list you subscribe them to, and then what page you want to show them afterwards. And that's kind of how that works. Back here? I definitely would. I haven't yet because most of my traffic, like our .com Secrets book offer has been warm traffic. As we start transitioning back out to colder people, 100% will. In fact, Vince just sketched a really cool hand drawing for me to do that, where basically it's coming in. I'm trying to figure out like the dude who's a chiropractor. If he comes and sees a book called .com Secrets, doesn't make any sense to him, right? And the person's a dentist, and so I got to figure out who that is. So it's like, hey, do you want to learn how to double your sales online? Take this 30-second quiz to find out what it is, right? Boom, boom, boom. And then from there, I can say, okay, hey, you're a chiropractor. This is awesome. I wrote a book called .com Secrets. Helps chiropractors like you to actually blah, 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 and I can now talk to the chiropractor or the financial planner, or whatever whoever they actually are. Good question. Oh, sorry. His question was, would you ever put a quiz funnel in front of like a free plus shipping book offer or something like that? Question. Yeah, so the .com Secrets side of the business, so not the ClickFunnels guys, but we're building a software for this because like I wanted my own, and then we're making it commercialized. So I'll be selling it, but all the Ignite Inner Circle people get it for free. So it'll probably be in beta, I'd say about 2 weeks from now, and I can just give it to you guys. You can beat on it, and I'm sure it'll be buggy at first, but it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be using it. So yeah. All right, cool. Okay, so we did micro surveys, your normal surveys. The third bridge I want to talk about are conversion articles. Okay, so this kind of comes to Justin's questions earlier today. Like, is it awesome to write, or should you rather write a whole bunch of crappy blog posts every single day, or like one really, really good one? And so before, like if you talk to Neil Patel, right, like when you talk to him, like his whole model is every single day a blog post. And that is one strategy, and then he takes that blog post and he promotes it all over the place. And we'll talk about the promotion side of this tomorrow. So that's one thing. When I was talking to Justin Brook, he had kind of a different idea, and I loved it. And so I'm using this instead of like content, because there's content that I'm using to promote, to bring people in, but there's also like pre-frame sites, right? So I'm looking at this as a pre-frame site. So he basically has one article that he wrote on his blog that is structured almost, it's not a sales letter, but structured in a way where his dream clients read it, and at the end of it, they sign up for his services. So he charges people $25,000. He does traffic services for them. That's kind of his business model. And he only wants X amount of clients, and that's all he's looking for. And so what happens is that when he needs new clients, he turns on Facebook ads and he promotes this one blog post. He promotes it, and as soon as he's got the clients he wants, he turns off the ads. And that's it. Okay, and so there's strategy in that. Like when you make your blog posts, like some are made to put out there and you're pushing out content to just to attract different people and things like that. But there are also times when that article is the bridge, right? I'm gonna send people to an article on my blog that the goal of that is to it's like a sales letter, but it's not like a hard sales letter. It's an article that's written to transform someone. So his is what I learned from $1 Million Per Month campaign. Like that's every time he needs new clients, he turns on the ads to this bridge page. Because the people that want $1 Million Per Month campaign are his dream clients, right? That's the kind of person he wants. So he focuses on that and turns it on and then gets people to come in. So this is another type. So instead of a survey page, sometimes we create just a really good article that the goal of that is to push someone into our coaching program, push them into our free book offer, push them into our webinar, whatever that might be. Okay? This is something you'll see a lot more from us, is us creating really good articles like this and driving tons of traffic on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, like all these other sources into stuff like this. Okay, and I think John will be sharing some of the ones he's been creating for us tomorrow when he's speaking. Yeah. Does that article have an opt-in at the bottom? It's a call to action at the bottom. So it's not opt-in, but he could definitely do opt-in. For him, it's an application. So at the end of it, like, hey, if you want me to run $1 Million a Month campaign for you, click here to apply and push them to an application. And so these are nice because they're like a blend between a sales letter and a blog post. Like they're written with the goal of conversion, but it's on your blog, and so it's like people have less defenses up when they're coming to your blog, and you can speak to them in a way that's really, really cool and get people to buy into whatever the thought or the goal is that you have. I don't know. I think you should have something on every blog post personally, because you have no idea where people are coming from. Even indirect, or I mean, sometimes it's a banner ad. Sometimes, like Neil Patel, he said the number one thing he does is when he has embedded, like you click and it pops open and opt-in, like that's his number one strat. That's where he gets all his leads from, or in content, clickable things that pop open and opt-in. Yeah, and so like he's embedding one in every single article is that. So I think there's value in that too. Justin Brook, IamScalable.com is his blog. So here's a funny story about Justin if you guys ever meet him. One day, like this, like 5 or 6 years ago, I was like, hey, or maybe it was longer, maybe 8 years ago. I'm like, hey, would that be cool if like people just came and worked for me for free? I could stop paying people like to work for me. Like that's a good idea, right? So I emailed my list. I'm like, hey, who wants to come work for me for free for a month? You got to fly yourself here. You got to work for free. You're paying for your own food. I'm not doing anything. You're just working for free for me. If you're interested, it's a month-long commitment. I sent the email out, not really thinking much would happen. And I wake up at like 4 in the morning to some dude from Florida calling me and calling Brent and calling everybody. And it's Justin. And he's like, I'm in, man, I'm in. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I talked to my wife, everyone, and I'm packing my bags. I'm going to be in Boise. I'm your employee for free for the next month. I was like, all right. So he shows up to Boise. It's so funny. And he's just like starstruck. Like he thinks I'm like whatever, right? And he comes and he's just like, oh my gosh, Russell. And he's like, anyway, he's a bigger dude. He's like, I'm hungry. So I'm like, let's go to Albertsons and buy some food. So we walk into Albertsons together. And he's like walking next to me, like watching me. And I'm just like, and he's like looking at me. And I'm like, what's going on? He's like, why are these people coming to talk to you? Like, don't they know who you are? I was like, No, we're in Boise. Nobody knows who I, like, it was so, like, in his mind, he thought, like, this is like the power of, like, your 1,000 true friends. Like, you will become, like, these rock star celebrities to him where they think you walk on water, right? I'm like, no, man, like, nobody knows or cares who I am except for you, apparently. And anyway, it was so funny. So he went through this internship for 30 days, and he worked his butt off. It was awesome. He worked really hard. And the funniest thing is the last day we went out to dinner and we were just talking. He said, you know what I learned over the last 30 days? You're not that smart. I was like, oh, thanks, man. He's like, I don't mean that to be offensive, but he's like, all you do is the fundamentals, and you just do them. Like, yeah, he's like, I'm trying like all this weird crap and all these things, I'm making any money. He's like, all you do is you set up landing pages, and then after someone opts in, you sell them something, and then you drive traffic into that. Yeah, that's how it works. And it's just so funny. Like, anyway, so I think a lot of times we overcomplicate this. Like, it can be simpler, right? All right, as I'm complicating this and making it bigger for you guys right now. But okay, so this is a conversion piece, right? So these are different bridge pages. We got micro quizzes, big quizzes. We got blog posts or articles, landing pages that we drive traffic to get them to convert. One thing we did in the past that works really, really good: find someone, one of your success stories in your business, and most people have a personal blog, right? And pay them to write their success story on their personal blog, and then you drive traffic to their personal blog. That's powerful. When all of a sudden, like, it's not coming to like russellbrunson's.com secrets blog, let me tell you how great I am. It's coming from like Julie's blog, and you look around, it's like, here's her family and her kids, and like, this is a real legit blog, and there's this blog post about Russell changed her life, and we buy ads to that. It's powerful, right? Now, it's the opposite of like what all the scammers do, right? Have you guys seen like the fake, flogs and farticles, and like, where you get like a fake blog and a fake crap, like FC is shutting people down like crazy. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about legitimately people you've served and helped change their life and have them blog about you. Yeah. Okay, so there's some ideas for bridge pages there with conversion articles. Next one is YouTube videos. John's not in the room right now. John's in the mastermind Monday and Tuesday. And anyone know John? I'm going to slaughter his last name, so I'm going to say it. He yelled at me last time. So John's awesome. His whole business, he makes YouTube videos, and he ranks some stuff like that. But YouTube videos are like awesome places to drive traffic. Like, it's a great pre-frame, okay? When I send out emails to my list, I'm like, hey, go check out this thing on my blog. I posted a video for you. And someone goes there, like, my click-through rate's always lower. It's weird. I'm like, hey, there's a video on YouTube and you go check out. Like, it goes higher. Like, it's weird. Like, people are just like, if it's on YouTube, it's got to be legit. I got to check it out. You know, it's just like this weird thing. And so you can make really good videos and not even have a squeeze page or sales page, because those things are like internet market-ish-y, right? But you just have a page on YouTube and you drive ads to your YouTube video. Like, no one does that, right? But it's a pre-frame bridge, right? And someone comes to this, and because it's on YouTube, they think it's real. Like, that's our society, right? They think if it's on YouTube, it's got to be real. And they're like, oh my gosh, John is actually making $10,000 a month. I need to go check it out. And boom, now they're in. Okay? John built a list of 85,000 people with YouTube videos like this. And he has a whole strategy of how he ranks and stuff like that. But it's just videos of him that are pre-selling people into his funnel. You watch this video, it tells a little bit of story. It says, hey, go to my10kformula.com. You go there, it's an opt-in page, funnel, boom, 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 boom. Okay? So creating videos with a specific intent. I'm going to drive traffic to this video. This is a pre-frame bridge. And then from there, they're going to come over and they're going to enter into my world. Okay, that's the fourth bridge. Fifth bridge are contests. These are fun. We did this contest a while ago. It didn't work awesome for us because it was hard for me to bridge the gap between Dave Asprey and Russell Brunson because it wasn't like a direct comparison. But now we're in a new business, the Prove It one, where we're selling like high ketone products, right? Which is very congruent with what Dave's message is. So we're gonna be re-rolling out this campaign. We're saying, here's a bunch of free bulletproof stuff. And they opt in. The next page is like, hey, you got the free stuff. By the way, this is my favorite supplement of everything. You should try it out. It gets your body in ketosis within 15 minutes of taking it. It's awesome. And Dave Asprey's people are going to go nuts for that, right? So the kind of the model behind this, we got these contests. I'll show you guys a bunch of examples, right? Is you got to think about like who's your dream customer, right? Here's this person over here that you love. Like, you love this person. You want this person into your world, right? What kind of things is this person into? What do they want, right? What gets them fired up? What would be like if they saw, they're like, oh, I want that thing. That'd be amazing, right? So for me, so then over here, here's my product, right? So here's what I'm trying to sell something. So I'm trying to sell a ketones product. So if I go to these people and sell ketones, like I can do that. But if I use this contest as a bridge, right, where I say, here's a bunch of Dave's stuff for free. I market it to Dave's people. They come in here. They already know who Dave is. There's already an existing relationship, right? Now this is like an implied endorsement. It's warm. They come in, and now I can push people directly to here. Like that's the funnel, right? So there's one example. Check out this one right here. This is one of my friends. She wanted to launch a whole bunch of products, like physical product, Amazon-type products in the cooking, baking, whatever. So she found out the hottest market, this is about a year ago, the hottest selling like craft thing was these little cookie dough shot glasses. Have you guys seen these? So you dump cookie dough in them, you cook them, and then it pops out these little cookie dough cups, and you dump milk in them, and then you drink, and then you eat the cookie cup, right? They're pretty cool. So she found this is like the hottest selling thing on Amazon and everywhere. So she went and she ordered a whole bunch of them, and she made this free offers, like win a free set of silicone edible shot glasses. And she goes on Facebook like, hey, win a free thing. And she goes to all the mommy pages and all these things. And like all these people who are crazy about this kind of thing all come like, oh, I want a free thing. And she started building lists of like 30, 40, 50,000 women for so cheap, like very, very, very cheap. And now she had this huge list of people who buy kitchen stuff. She then awarded one person, this is like a $3 thing. So like she took these 30 to 40,000 people, she did a drawing, sent one person the thing, cost her $3 plus her Facebook ad cost, and now she has a big list, and she launched a whole line on Amazon selling all these other things, right? So you figure out like, who's your dream client? What is that person going to go nuts for? Give it away in a contest. Now you got the list. Now you can sell them what you actually want to sell them, right? This one's not you guys, but I was going to show you guys, but I thought maybe I would get in trouble for that. So this is what. Are these guys your competitors? Not really. Okay. So anyway, these guys are giving away free guns. How many of you guys want a free gun? Okay, you guys, we mind sharing your model, your free gun giveaways and stuff like that? Yeah. Okay. Would you like to tell me kind of some of the numbers, the metrics behind what you guys do with it? Okay. Where do I go? winyourdreamgun.com. Will you grab the mic and then explain your guys' model behind this? Yeah. Who here wants all that crap? All the men in the audience should be raising their hand, right? Okay, so their dream clients, like, so their product is they sell gun insurance. So this is the concept, like, you get a gun, some bad dude breaks into your house, you shoot him, 9 times out of 10 you go to jail because you killed someone, right? So these guys insure you. So basically, if you shoot someone in your house with a gun, they go to court for you, they fight for you, and they get you off the hook, right? So that's the product they're selling. So what do they know about the dude that's going to buy gun insurance? What does he like? Okay, you pay
Guns and ammo.
Guns and ammo, that's all he wants, right?
Yeah, exactly. So what exactly would you like to know? I mean, we send a bunch of traffic through here from sites all over the place, like a lot of the Republican ones you were talking about earlier, Newsmax, things like that, because usually those people are pretty two-way friendly. And everybody who comes here, about 40 to 50% opt in because they want this. And then from that point, it goes to just more informational products, learning products, and it eventually funnels all the way to our membership.
That's awesome. Now, how often do you guys run these contests?
Constantly.
Constantly?
Constantly. We change the offer every 60 days. Before this, it was I think it was a shitload of ammo, and then before that, it was just certain kinds of guns. Yeah, we change it up, and we buy the same list, and it crushes it every time.
They just keep rebuying, re-opting.
Yeah.
So what's your hard cost on like the gift that somebody actually wins?
On this, I think it was $3,500. $3,500,
kit.
and we're probably going to get 250, 300,000 leads from it.
So what's the cost per lead on that?
Low.
That is amazing. All right, give them a round of applause. Is that exciting? Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate you guys doing that. And it'll be 1 of 4 who will win their dream gun plus 1,000 rounds of ammo.
That's a great point. We've gone from 1 to 4 to 5 to 10. 4 is the magic number.
Really? For the camera, so they tested it'll just be one person win, 1 of 4, 1 of 5, 1 of 10, and 1 of 4. 1 of hundreds, 1 of 4 is the best conversion. I'm glad I showed up today. Are you guys glad you showed up today? That was freaking awesome. Thank you guys for sharing. That's awesome. winyourdreamgun.com. Oh, is that a ClickFunnels page? Yes. Anyway, that just makes me happy. Okay. Back to PowerPoints. All right, so gun stuff. All right, so there's contests. Does that give you guys ideas for some contests you can run for your people? Just go to Amazon, find the coolest thing that your dream client would want. run a free contest. Run it. Like, it takes 5 seconds. Like, it's the easiest thing in the world, right? And after they win it, then you go to Amazon, you get their address, you order it, and then drop ship it to them, right? If you know how to drop ship on Amazon, Jason can show you, but I think you just go and buy it and put in their address, like, right? I can even do that, okay? So there's contests. And the last one here are free gifts. And this is like where most people go with this, like with Squeeze Page and stuff. It's like, hey, here's a free gift. So, for example, we made a whole bunch of these little like scribble, click doodle things that I've been using on some of my ClickFunnels pages, and they're cool. And so I'm going to be giving away a whole big pack of click doodles, right? Say if you want 1,000 of these little click doodles to go on your pages, go and download it here. Now, why do I give away 1,000 click doodles? People who want click doodles put on the sales pages probably could use ClickFunnels, right? So I'm giving away something that I know that my dream client would want, and then I can now convince them to buy my thing instead, okay? I'll probably do like lead pages, templates eventually. I'll probably do like a whole bunch of different things to bring those people in, right? This is Ryan Dice's, where I kind of funnel hacked. He's got the ultimate social media swipe file. So we went through like 10,000 ads, put them in the swipe file, boom. They've been running this ad for a long time, and they get thousands and thousands of people opting to get the free swipe file. Now they can sell them all their social media training and all the other stuff, right? 3 funnels, like in my business, you will see me do this. I'll be giving away a new funnel like every single day because it's like the best option for in warm traffic in the world. If I'm going cold traffic, I'm giving away free websites, right? That's the difference. But free funnels. So the big product launch right now, I'm giving 3 funnels: my book funnel, my supplement funnel, my high ticket funnel. When this is done, the next funnel we're launching is very niche specific. So I'm giving away a free network marketing funnel. Okay, and we'll go after the network marketers. After that, I'm giving away a free author funnel. We'll be going just directly after authors. Okay, then I'm going to be going and anyway, every segment we're going after, like free chiropractic funnel, free investment advisor. Anyway, every market I want to go after, I'm creating a funnel for them and giving away a free funnel, and then going crazy after that market. Okay, so think about free things you can create to go after your dream people. These are some Frank Kern ones I liked. Do you guys remember the Good Karma list machine he had a while ago? He's just like this little WordPress plugin. He probably spent $30. Actually, I think there was there's a whole other story behind that actually, but you probably spent a couple $100 to build this like WordPress plugin that helps you build a list. Gave away for free build lists like 50 or 60,000 people, giving away the Good Karma list machine. Like, what kind of software do you guys have you can just give away? Software is so cheap and so easy to build, and you can just give it away and just start building tons of things. Templates, there's a bunch of stuff. Opt-in reports, and a bunch of other things. Cool. So does that help you guys kind of see now what I'm talking about with the bridges, right? I can take somebody from these sources and say, hey, win your free gun, or take this quiz, or take this server, things like that. And these bridges is what bridges the gap between over here and over here in the funnel.